Alright, this is Michelle keeping it real with you guys this morning. I did a video like this when I first started my channel. I literally rolled right out of bed and jumped on camera. Like, my voice was still all groggy and scratchy. I looked a hot mess, and I just wanted to show you start to finish. I've barely had my morning coffee, so I'm exhausted, but I wanted to show you the process in the morning that it takes me to get ready. Now, do I feel like everybody should have an extra process to get ready? No. Some people don't want to, and that's totally fine. Whatever floats your boat. My morning process is kind of like my me time. I enjoy it. I kind of revel in it. You know, I take my time. I get ready. My morning process is a little extra. I'll admit that. It's how I focus on me for a little bit and relax. I just get ready. I kind of pamper myself a little bit. So that's what I'm going to be doing this morning from start to finish. This is before the shower. So right now I'm on day 3 hair. It might be day 4. It's pretty gross right now. So I'm going to shower. I'm going to wash my hair. I only wash my hair twice a week. I mean, that might be shocking to some people, but for me, it works for my hair and my hair type. If I wash it more than that, it gets greasy really, really fast. I've been washing it this way now for probably the past 2 years. So it's completely regulated. It doesn't really get super greasy until like day 3 or 4, and that's where I'm at right now. So if it's beyond the dry shampoo, that means I need to wash it, which is what I'm going to do today. We're going to shower, wash hair, and then I'm going to hop on and do my morning routine with you guys, getting ready for work. So the whole makeup routine. So if you guys want to see the full transformation, that's what we're doing today. I hope that sounds interesting to you. If you're just now making it here to my channel and you're not already subscribed, I hope you stick around, man. This is, I'm putting myself out there. I'm going out on a limb with this one, okay? If you enjoyed this video while you're watching, please don't forget to thumbs it up. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss future uploads. Let's get into the transformation. Looking real sexy this morning. I've got my hair in one of these little, I don't even know what it is, like a hair turban. It's what I use to dry my hair. I feel like it does a better job getting all the moisture out of it than using a regular cotton towel. That's what I do. I throw my wet hair up into that thing. It dries a little bit. And then I start with the skincare. Maybe I should recap really quickly what I used in the shower. Usually when I'm washing my face in the morning, I use CeraVe. It's just a facial wash, nothing real fancy. But this morning I used the Kate Somerville Exfoliate. I use this probably once or twice a week because it is exfoliating. I believe it's got AHAs in it, so I try not to overdo it because I use other products, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. For my hair, I used a very generic dandruff shampoo. I do have really dry scalp to the point of like borderline psoriasis. So that's another reason why I don't overwash it, because I don't want to irritate my scalp. And then I also use the Verb Ghost Hair Mask. This I've been using for like the past month. I really like this. I also have a lot of hair samples. This is from, I don't know how to pronounce this. Nuvo? I think I got this from Ipsy. This is from Nuvo Haircare, and it's a Mega Moisture Argan Mask. So argan oil, fantastic for your hair. It makes it really soft, shiny, smooth. So I've basically just been mixing the two to get some use out of this. Okay, so before I go into blow drying my hair, I'm going to use the Dr. Dennis Gross Extra Strength Daily Peel. Like it says, it's a facial peel. So I love this product. It does a really good job smoothing my skin, getting rid of any kind of texture. It's a 2-step process. Step 1, step 2. You take the first pat around, and I think it says to use it until it's dry or use it for 2 minutes or something like that. So I've been using these for at least like the last 6 months, maybe 4 months, and I love them. I don't use them every day because they're a little too harsh to do that way. They can burn your skin. When you first start out using them, you got to go slow. Use one, maybe wait 3 or 4 days and use another one. That's about how I still use it. They're really expensive, but they do wonders for your skin. I don't need to use them every day. I still see fantastic results in combination with other skincare. If I could just get rid of all the discoloration, I'd be in good shape. Once that's done, you wait 2 minutes, and then you go into step 2. So while I'm waiting for that, we'll get into the hair care. So there's several products that I use when I'm doing my hair, fresh out of the shower. I like to put in a heat protectant because I'm going to blow dry the absolute shit out of my hair. Right now I'm using the Kaleidos Nutritive, the Nectar Thermique, whatever. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm also going to use the Moroccan Oil Treatment. This I cannot be without. I use it every time I wash my hair. I've repurchased this little tiny bottle countless amount of times. This is their 25 milliliter bottle. It costs $15, but this will last me like 3 or 4 months. So this is well worth it, and it just does wonders. If you have really dry, damaged hair, over bleached hair, whatever, processed, whatever, I'm telling you, give this a try. It is fantastic. Lots of grays poking through, y'all. Makes me so sad. I'm not ready to rock the gray quite yet. Okay, so first I'll go in with the Moroccan Oil Treatment. I don't use that much. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you. Maybe about like that. And I just work it through my hands. Avoid the roots. Otherwise you're gonna have really oily roots. And since I don't wash my hair that often, I can't do that. I just love it because it's not too heavy. Some oils really weigh your hair down. Makes your hair look greasy and nasty. This doesn't do that at all. Even if I go a little bit overboard, it doesn't do that. Alright, it's been 2 minutes, so I'm going to take that second pad, and we're going to go all over the face with it. This is like the neutralizer, so you don't want to forget this step. Otherwise, leaving that acid on your face like that's probably not going to be good for it. Okay, next up for the hair, I'm going to take that Kaleidos or Kaleidos, and I'm going to put, it's like a really thick lotion. 1, 2. I'll work it in my hair. And I do get that on the roots a little bit. You can already see what that peel did for my face. Do you see how like tight my skin looks and shiny? I love that. I love using it before makeup. Okay, now I'm gonna hop off here and blow dry my hair. I'm gonna use a round brush to get it kind of sleek looking. If I let my hair air dry and I don't brush it like I just did and use all those products, it's very frizzy. I have naturally wavy hair, and not pretty wavy, just like weird, barely wavy hair. It's not cute. So I either curl it or I straighten it. So usually I use the same skincare products every morning, or at least I have been for the past month or so. This is Holy Grail status. This is the Lancome Advanced Genifique. I've been using this now for about 2 years, and it makes such a difference in your skin. It's crazy because, and I've said this before, but it's one of those products where you don't really think it's doing anything until you stop using it, and you're like, shit. That's what it was doing this whole time. It makes your skin radiant. It helps with smoothing and fine lines. It's just it's a wonder serum. So that's the first thing that I go in with, and I just put it all over, lips and all. And I'm gonna let that sink into my skin for a minute. The next product that I go into is the DNA from Dr. Brandt. This is just like it's a triple peptide eye cream is what it is. I've been trying this out for the past 30 days, maybe like 45 days, something like that. And then the moisturizer I'm going to use is the Belief True Cream Aqua Bomb. This is something I've also been using for a long time. Probably about the last 2 years or so. And it is my favorite moisturizer. It kind of reminds me of the Tatcha water cream because it gives me that same glow and it's not oily. It's a gel moisturizer, so if you're somebody with really oily skin, I highly recommend this moisturizer. I apologize if my lighting has been a little crazy during this video. I'm trying to just like find different setups. It doesn't really look like it to you guys, but I've shifted things a little bit. I'm using a different lens, and I'm really hoping it doesn't look like garbage. Okay, let's move on. The first thing that I'm going to use is my Smashbox Oil and Shine Control Primer. If I want my makeup to last all day, this is the product that I use. It just does a fantastic job mattifying, keeping my oils in check, and it helps my base wear literally all day. So I'm just going to get a nice layer of that on. Now the makeup that I'm going to use today is going to last me a 9-hour work shift. So hopefully, if I have time when I get home, I will hop back on and show you what it looks like. It won't be perfect, but you're going to be shocked at how well it wore considering. I have extremely oily skin, so makeup does not wear long on me if I don't do it this way. Okay, the next product that I'm going to go in with is for the under eyes. Can you guys guess what it is? This is the Becca Under Eye Corrector. I have mine in light to medium, and it is a game changer for underneath the eyes. So I just take a brush, and I go in. I try not to lay it on too crazy just because I don't want it to be like cakey underneath the eyes, but I put on enough to cover up that darkness. It also does a good job bringing light under there and moisturizing. So next up is foundation, and there is only one foundation that I can get to last an entire 9-hour work shift, and that is my Estee Lauder Double Wear. People have really mixed opinions on this one. They either love it or they hate it. I'm a fan. I love this stuff. So by the end of my workday, if I wore anything else or a combination of anything else, it's not going to last as long. So I take this on a dry beauty blender. I know. A lot of people aren't going to like that, but that's okay. It works for me. I used to use a wet beauty blender, and I feel like it takes coverage away. And I need the coverage. So we're going to leave it dry. And I'm not going to be shy about how much I'm putting on here. I got a lot of discoloration and redness, and I want it to cover everything up. And I want it to wear a while. I'm telling y'all, if you have oily skin, this is the killer combo right here. Double Wear and Smashbox Oil and Shine Control. I actually had a subscriber, well, maybe she wasn't a subscriber, I'm not sure, but somebody commented on one of my videos, I guess, asking what I recommended for oily skin for the base, and I told her, and she said, well, I thought people with oily skin should stay away from silicones, and I guess she was talking about the Smashbox. I don't know if the Oil and Shine Control Primer has silicone in it, but if it does, it works for my skin regardless. It does a good job smoothing and mattifying. It's not like their original version. The original version I can't wear because, yes, it's too silicone based, and it just slides around on my face. All the makeup slides around and it gets oily. Little trick here is I don't take a whole lot on my forehead because I've got a lot of lines up here. So I kind of just take what's left over on the sponge after I've done most of my face, and I cover what I can. I usually have to add a little bit, but I do the majority of my forehead like this. There's not quite as much like going on the forehead for me to cover, so basically I'm just evening tone. Using a minimal amount of product on your forehead is also going to help with like not having a bunch of it gathering in your forehead lines. I know, it looks a little crazy, I'm a little pasty, but we're going to fix that. So the next step is going to be concealer. This morning I have two. I have my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I have the Hourglass Vanish whatever. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is take my Nars eyeshadow base. I'm going to get an even layer of that all over the lids. Not only does it have a tint to it, so I have mine in the shade Light, but it's also going to keep my lids matte all day, and it's going to help that eyeshadow stay on all day. It's the only eyeshadow base that I have that I can wear an eye look literally my entire work shift and then come home and it still be on. Sometimes it might wear off if I've touched my eyes a lot, like if my eyes are irritated, which does happen because I wear contacts. But if I make sure not to touch my eyes all day, my eye look will last all day. If you have oily lids, Nars eyeshadow base is the way to go. I just recently discovered the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. This one is in fair to medium, and it is an amazing product. So I'm going to use this to do a little bit of contouring / bronzing. This does both, so I really don't need to even do a whole lot of bronzer after the fact. I love this. I'm going to use a stippling brush. This is the e.l.f. 105, and it's got these little tiny hairs up top. I just feel like it does a better job blending, making it so it's not as harsh. So this thing just, you know, you click it, turn it off, turn it on. You just squeeze, and the product comes up to the top. I don't actually put the tip on my face. I just feel like that's unsanitary. So what I'm going to do is dab it on the back of my hand like that. It's a lot. And get my brush in there. And then I'm going to dab that off because it's a lot. And we're going to go around the perimeter of my face with it. It does dry rather quickly, so you got to work quick. It just adds such a beautiful warmth to your skin. I love it. I am going to set all this as well, which will make it last longer. This is just such a pretty product, and it's so hard to get. Why you gotta play hard to get, Charlotte? God, I love that. Okay, now I'm going to go in and set my face. The product that I use for this to make sure my makeup lasts all day is the Huda Beauty Setting Powder. This stuff, it makes your makeup bulletproof. It really does. On top of that Estee Lauder Double Wear, you couldn't find a better combination. I was using the Fenty Beauty Setting Powder, but I realized it was whenever it would get near my eyes would water terribly. So there's something in that one that I might be allergic to, or that, you know, my skin and my eyes are sensitive to. So I don't use that one as much as I used to. Huda Beauty is where it's at. I'm going to take my e.l.f. 103. I use this on a daily basis to set my face. It's slanted, it's dense. I just tap into my powder pretty generously, and I'm going to start setting. And I really do set my face. Like, I'm not shy about it. But if I don't do that, my makeup won't last as long. I even kind of set my eyebrows. Which I know a little crazy, but I want them to last. Okay. Pretty powdered. I'm going to set the under eyes with the number 7 Lift and Luminate powder because it is a little bit luminous. I also use the Huda Beauty, but today we're going to do number 7. Just very lightly. I'm going to go in with a light hand and the number 7 bronzer. It's in Golden Sand. It's just a fantastic bronzer, and I'm just going to, just a little bit. I mean, I already have some warmth on the face, so I don't need a whole lot. I'm going to try to keep it minimal. I'm not good at it. The more powder that I put on my cheeks, the longer this is going to wear. So that's the idea behind kind of layering. I want this to last all day. For my blush, I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Parte. I can't say that without singing it every time. That's how it's spelled. I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe JH6, my favorite blush brush, and we're going to get blushed. This is just a really nude shade for me. It's really toned down. Just given how much bronzer and stuff I have on, I don't want this to be too crazy. Plus, I am going to work. I can't look as clownish going to work, you know. I don't bother with highlighter in the morning when I'm going to work just because with the mask on and stuff, there's just really no need. I mean, let's be honest, there's really no need for most of what I'm doing, but I just want to show you how I get it to wear all day. Okay, next up is eyebrows, and I do have a specific set of products that I use that make my eyebrows last all day. As you can see, I don't have a whole lot going on up there, right? First thing I'm going to use is my Benefit Gimme Brow. I think this one's in like 4.5 or 4. I don't know because all the wording is rubbed off. I use it every morning. It's really good for just filling in the brows, making it look like you have more than what you do. I just back comb. I'm trying to be quick about this, so, you know, I don't have all the time in the world to get ready in the morning, which is why I usually don't even do eyeshadow. But today, we're gonna do it. I leave it about like that because I am going to fill it in with another product, a couple more products. I'm going to fill in the rest with the Huda Beauty Balm Brows. I used to be hooked on the Brow Gal Brow Pencil, and I still love that one, but it's sharpenable, it doesn't last long, and it's a pain in the ass to get a hold of, so I'm probably going to go back to it, though. There's really not that much product in here, and it's expensive for what it is. And I'm just going to make it look like I got more brows. Okay, once I have the basic shape laid down, I'm going to go back in with a brow pen. So the two that I have in front of me are the Brow Blade from Urban Decay and the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pen. So the Anastasia Beverly Hills one is very, in my opinion, very cheap looking. It looks exactly like my Milani brow pen. It's just a lot more expensive. And I feel like this one's a little too dark. I got it in my recent Ipsy Glam Bag X, and I haven't really used it that much. But I just give little flicks in the front of my brow, so it looks more realistic, more hair-like. I'm not going to do too much with this because it's too dark. About like that. Oh, they're looking large and in charge now. One more product, the Lime Crime Bushy Brow. So what this does, besides adds a lot more shit to my brows, is it helps to keep the hairs in place. If I put this in and kind of pull the hairs up, it just makes it look, again, like I have more hair. Makes it look a little bit more realistic, kind of. Okay, that's about where I'm going to leave that. Now we're going to jump into the eyeshadow. This is going to be a really quick, simple look, hopefully. I got about 15 minutes before I have to leave, so it has to be a quick, simple, and easy look. A little bit of lip balm. So I have a brand new palette I'm going to do a first impression on with you guys this morning. I'm so excited. I've gotten so many new palettes recently that I haven't had time to film first impressions with all of them. So I figured this morning is, now is as good a time as any. This is the Kaleidos Flower Punk. Now again, I am going to work after this, so I can't make this too crazy, like loud. This is a really beautiful color story, gorgeous palette. The packaging, I mean, are you kidding me? It is stunning. I love the fact that it's different, like it's magnetic and it comes all the way off. Like, Kaleidos kills it. They kill it with their presentation, everything. I love it. So that's what we're going to use today. I'm going to go in with these mauve-y pinky tones here. Let's get it going. Let's take Peach Soju. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. I'm going to take that into the crease with a fluffy brush. And again, this is going to be something very simple because I don't have time. That's a pretty color. Perfect. Same thing on the other side. I'm dipping in here kind of liberally to get this pink because I'm trying to be quick about it, and I'm just building it up in the crease really nicely. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to go into the darker shade that's next to that called, why they gotta make me look stupid? I don't know how the hell you pronounce that. It's this one right here. This darker mauve tone. That's what we're going into. Okay, I'm going to take a Morphe M506 and I'm going to start packing that on the outer corner. You know what? I lied. Let's use the Sonia G Builder Pro. It's got that flat head on it. Very dense. I'm going to use that to pack that shade down. Ooh. And then we'll blend it out with a fluffy brush. This is, like I said, going to be a very simple eye look. Nothing revolutionary. Now dipping into that Morphe brush. We're going to start blending that in the crease. Up and out. Like, look how easy that was. I love that. I think that's the quickest I've ever blended out eyeshadow, and I'm not even exaggerating. Back in with the first pink just to kind of mesh it a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go into this really beautiful shade called Stained Glass, and it's a shimmery pink. Oops, this one here. And it's a duochrome because it shifts green. It is beautiful. Should I put it over top of that other pink? I think I'm going to have to. I think if I put it down like that, it's going to look weird. So let's pack on that lighter pink shade, Peach Soju, on the inner part of my lid, and then we'll go over top of it with that beautiful shade, the sparklies. Let's tap that sparkly shade. Like, look at this. Oh my goodness. That's where it's at. All right, I'm going to take a small angled brush from Sigma. This is their E65, and I'm going to pack that darker shade on my lower waterline, smoke it out, put on some mascara, and I will be finished with this look. Okay, I'm going to take a pencil brush, and we're going to smoke that out with that lighter pink shade. This is the E30 from Sigma. I love that. So beautiful. I'm going to take the shade Blanc from Beauty Creations. This is one of their gel liners. It's just a white. And we're going to put that in the lower waterline. This is going to make the eyes look a little bit bigger. I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Lash for my mascara. All right, and I don't bother with the lips because I'm going to have a mask on. This is the finished look. I love this. I really do. So that was start to finish, starting with the greasy hair, taking a shower, skincare, everything I use for my face, you know, hair care, the makeup. That was the entire routine, getting ready for work. This makeup will last me all day, hopefully. We'll see. Okay, so I just wanted to get back on here after wearing my makeup all day at work, So I started doing my base makeup this morning around 5:30, and I wore my makeup all day long with a mask. When I say that I have really oily skin, I'm very, very oily. I moisturize, I drink lots of water. I've tried. I use niacinamide, like, I'm working on battling the oil. Right now, nothing's working, but I'm just telling you that because I want you to understand the base that I put down this morning before I went to work, it's just fantastic for oily skin. The fact that I have any makeup on my face at all, especially after wearing a mask all day, is a small miracle. Now you can see a little bit where like my makeup rubbed off a little bit on my cheek area, but the mask was rubbing there all day long. So you can see a little bit on this side where it rubbed off, and then a little bit here. But in all honesty, I could probably fix that up really easily. If I blotted my face and then took a little bit of bronzer and blush, it would probably look brand new. Matter of fact, that's probably what I'm going to do just to show you. I'm just trying to prove my point about my base makeup. If you're somebody that has really oily skin and you're looking for like your holy grail products to help your makeup wear all day long, I'm telling you, you need to try my combo. Even the eyes, okay? Look at the eyes. After 9 hours, are you kidding me? Actually, it's been longer than that. It's now 6:30, and I did my makeup, well, I guess it's been 12 hours. I've had my makeup on for 12 solid hours. So this is not shabby for 12 hours. And the fact that my eye makeup is still on, it's the Nars eyeshadow base, okay? It'll keep your eye makeup on all day. And I have very oily lids as well. So I'm going to take some oil blotting sheets. You don't need the expensive ones. This is just store brand. And I'm going to show you how oily I am. And even after I blot, my makeup is still not going to look terrible. So just watch the grossness, okay? I know. And I stood out in the sun for about 45 minutes towards the end of my shift. Sweating. I mean, my whole face gets oily, but that T-zone, I know this is gross. Just try to prove a point, all in the name of YouTube, right? Now, sometimes this can remove a little bit of your base, but usually, especially with the products that I used, it doesn't remove a whole lot. Like, look at that. I don't know how, but somehow the makeup is not worn off of my nose. That's pretty incredible. So far, I've filled 2 of those. The only thing I don't like about this is when I get done, my face feels overly dry. Okay, so that's after blotting. Now, you can see where it did remove some of my chin, but that could have been from the mask. I still have brows. I'm going to touch up just a little bit with the makeup that I used this morning. Okay, I'm going to take that number 7 bronzer, and we're just going to apply a little bit more since it, you know, took off a little bit of the coverage with the mask. I would be totally comfortable walking around like this, though. I really don't need to touch up a whole lot. I just want to show you how easy it is. If you work a whole work shift and you have oily skin, and say you have an event to go to or somewhere to go after work, you don't need to redo your entire face. Just do your base properly at the beginning of your day, and it can last a long time. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of blush back in with that Tarte Partey. And there we are. Now, the only thing that I can say about the eyes, look, I still have freaking eyeliner on. I didn't touch up at all. Do you see that? I still have a little bit of the white eyeliner on. These gel liners from Beauty Creations are really, really nice. I'm just going to touch that up. And then I might even touch up the eyeshadow just a smidge. I mean, it really doesn't need it. It doesn't look terrible. I'm just going to make it look a little bit more vibrant because I did lose a little bit of coverage, but not much. And it's probably because I touched my eyes a couple times. I'm really enjoying this Kaleidos palette. Number one, the packaging just kills me. I mean, look at this. Have you ever seen a cuter, like, carton for your eyeshadow palette? It's just so colorful, creative. The packaging itself is so innovative and unique. It's something like, I don't have anything like this. Just going to swirl some more pink up top here. What are you doing? You better get out of my bag, sir. My cat's over there digging in my grocery bag. You better stay out of there. He has to get into literally, he's like a child. He's got to get into everything. He's trying to like eat stuff. I had a 80-some-year-old man approached me today, and he told me how beautiful I was and how much he loved my eyeshadow. You would be surprised at how many guys, like older men, okay, say that they love my eyeshadow. I love it. He said, it looks like you look like a professional. Are you a professional? And I told him that, you know, this was a side hobby and it's something I love to do, and that I was very grateful that he gave me that compliment. You know, that's like the best compliment you can get when you love doing makeup and when it's something that brings you so much joy, and then somebody else comments on it and tells you how much they love it. It's the best compliment. So it made my day. All right, I'm going to go back into that darker pink that I used earlier, just to deepen up that crease a bit. I can't wait to use the greens in this palette, because the greens, y'all already know green's got my heart. It's just so good. I'm going to tap a little bit of that shimmery pink, and then we're going to be finished touching up. Okie dokie. That is the eyeshadow touched up. Do you think it looks pretty similar to where I was looking this morning? I'm going to have to look at footage like a side-by-side to see what I think. But again, I would wear this out in public. There's nothing wrong with the way my base looks, in my opinion. It's a little bit patchy around the cheeks, like ever so slightly, because of the mask rubbing the contour and the bronzer off. But for the most part, I'm not mad at this, and I would definitely be okay walking around in public like this. So, let's just recap really quickly. First and foremost, I think you guys can probably tell how I feel about the Kaleidos palette. It's beautiful. I'm so glad I grabbed it. And you know what's funny is I really went back and forth with this one. Just because I've bought so many eyeshadows lately, and I know I don't have nearly enough time to use everything. And, you know, I'm trying to be smarter about the stuff that I buy, but eyeshadow palettes just get me. Eyeshadows in general, they're what get me. I think they're what get a lot of people, honestly. But when I saw the presentation, when I saw the layout, the colors, everything, I couldn't resist. These greens, this is what really jumped at me. But even like the mint green is beautiful. The pinks that I use today, I love this. It's such a beautiful eye look. So I don't regret picking this up, not one little bit. I love this. I'm so glad that I have it. As for my face, my base makeup, you guys know how I feel about that. It's my holy grail makeup, which is why I'm sharing it with you guys. And I hope this was helpful. If you have oily skin, please, if you take anything away from this video, Smashbox Oil and Shine Control Primer and Estee Lauder Double Wear. Those two are your killer combination. Oh, and Huda Beauty. Mix those three together. If you have oily skin, they are your killer combination to keeping your skin matte all day, or at least keeping the oils at bay longer than if you were to use other products. Those are holy grail status for me, and when I'm going to work, I use those products every single morning. So I hope, again, this was helpful to some of you guys. If you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, this video is probably not helpful to you at all, unless you were just here for the Kaleidos Flower Punk. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. If you made it this far in the video and you're not already subscribed, please don't forget to do that if you enjoyed this video, or maybe you need to watch some more to figure out if you want to stick around for a little while. There will be a suggestion video at the very end. You can watch that. Check out some of my playlists. I've got lots of different types of content on my channel. We'd love to have you stick around in this community. We have an amazing community here on my channel, so we would love to have you. If you do, don't forget to tap that notification bell so you don't miss future uploads, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.